2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Looking at the Thunder, in preseason, we saw them fine-tune their chemistry and timing, but you never really know how far you've come until the regular season begins. Should be an exciting challenge as they look for their first win of the year. And you love the build-up to a new season. Lots of anticipation. Shaq, what are you looking for?
There were some VIMs this offseason.
Very interesting moves.
Oh, you like that? Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. And you got to understand, that kind of shift, that right there can shift the balance of power.
Wow. Last year, the Eastern and Western Conference was balanced out. Well, we'll see if the trend reverses this year.
And that'll take it right to tip as we go courtside.
It's almost time for action here in Oklahoma City. And as the Thunder arrived earlier on, they appeared to be in no mood to show any mercy tonight. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
The Bucks took a massive leap in Coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee. Budenholzer said he joined the organization at the perfect time. The new facilities, the energetic fans, the great roster, ownership, front office, everything is set up to have great success. And he added, to be the coach. Kevin?
The feeling no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Thursday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Houston Rockets. Then on Saturday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews, and it's Lopez in its center. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Andre Robertson out there with Chris Paul, and it's Ferguson in at the three.
Well, no doubt now the Bucks are an elite team in the East. Not only the best record in the league, but getting all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals as well. This team has a bright future and will be a force in the years ahead.
It'll be the Thunder off the tip. Paul with the ball. Shoots from 14. That one's not going to go. Now here's Middleton. D right on him. And Adams sends it back. Surveying the floor. Pass to Robertson. Shoots over Matthews. And the reject out of the Kumbo. And it's Paul missing. Bledsoe. Passes to Antetokounmpo. From deep. Another miss by Giannis. And the Bucks got a lot of big wins, Clark, throughout the season.
They sure did. The Bucks were outstanding all year long. Had a very tough series against the Raptors in the East Final and ended up getting bounced out. But tell you what, this Milwaukee Bucks team, they're going to be in the hunt for championships several years going forward.
Now Adams following the three-point attempt by Giannis. And it's Adams on the follow.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Bledsoe against Paul. Bledsoe outside. Six on the shot clock. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
You know, Bledsoe is not a big guy, but he's got big boy strength. He's a powerful combo guard and can convert through contact.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
That's good from Bledsoe. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question, I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. The young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
He's off on the first. And with Ferguson, the fans can be hard on him. They're expecting more. But, Greg, it's going to take time for him.
You know, Ferguson has already made big strides with his defense. The shot and consistency will come, but the fans will have to be patient with it.
Good on the second free throw. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Bledsoe kicks to Matthews. On the wing, Giannis. Gallinari covering. Here's Giannis. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Bledsoe against Paul. Over Bledsoe. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Matthews scanning the floor. Pass to Middleton. 6 to shoot. For 3. And the 3 ball is good.
Boy, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
Here's Ferguson. Defended by Middleton. It's tipped. Stolen by Bledsoe. Jumps up. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Capable of owning possessions all by himself, Bledsoe is a game changer at both ends of the floor.
Bledsoe against Paul. Gallinari outside. With some arc, Giannis grabs the miss.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never uncontested.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe. Over Bledsoe. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Matthews passes to Antetokounmpo, trying to get open as Lopez. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Second, the Thunder.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
And Adams kicks to Ferguson. Ball against Bledsoe. Looking to end the run. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
Now the pass to Giannis. Outside Matthews. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. 11 feet away. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Gallinari. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Room service assist from Paul. Can't put the ball in a better spot. His vision, outstanding.
Inside, here's Middleton, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjusting, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups for Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big bounce forward.
And that one falls for Middleton.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
Paul passes to Gallinari. Pass to Ferguson. Takes it from 10. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Boy, excellent work that time by Paul. Set a nice screen that time.
Milwaukee leading by 3. And they call an illegal screen here.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. Great showing for him last season. Third in assists, and his ability to pressure and disrupt defensively was obvious. He ranked third in the league in steals.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists last year. He did a great job of setting the pace, finding the open man, making the simple delivery. Now, here is Gallinari. He's coming off a 16-point game against Memphis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
So the wing on the left. Paul for 3. No good that time. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
And the Bucks miss again.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Bucks. Paul outside. Passes it to Ferguson. And he lobs it up toward the rim, up high to stop the alley-oop.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 5. Paul with the steal. That time would have put him up.
Boy, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe outside. Over Paul. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Gallinari wide open. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Gallinari's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Look, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic.
Yes.
Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. DeMarcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Hall is also in that list.
You'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Adams. Mike Muscala comes in for Terrence Ferguson. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Robertson. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Chris Paul. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And here now the Thunder after the basket by Milwaukee. Pass to Noel. Gallinari surveying the D, and the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in. Now Gallinari. Over Korver. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 6 points. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 1. They're getting their first look at the Thunder, their game of the NBA's regular season.
And as good as a team as they were a year ago, they hated seeing these guys in their meetings. Just couldn't get it done against them.
And even with all their talent, finished 0-2 in the series. I mean, you know they're happy to be in different conferences now.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
On offense, here are the Thunder. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Lopez has it in the corner. 5 on the clock. Here's Hill. No good there. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And, Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
That's good from Schroeder. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Here's Hill, the Thunder making the shot. Kicks it to Ilyasova. It's back to Hill, a 3-ball, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's his first foul. And the Thunder with possession. They're on a 20-7 run. Here's Schroeder. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Now is Hill. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. There's the pass to Lopez. And it's Noel with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Schroeder. And here is Noel. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it out to Schroeder. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead. Now here is Hill. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lopez dishes to Korver. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Tell you what, you've got to get to Korver right away. This guy has unlimited range and a lightning quick release.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Korver. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Both free throws good from Korver. The Thunder leading by 9. Schroeder up top. 9 points in the game so far. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Ilyasova. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. A three-pointer is right on target.
And Korver has made a living out of hitting that 3-ball. He has one of the quickest releases in the game.
Schroeder kicks to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. Got it! Got it! What a shot!
Ring it. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's Oklahoma City in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say it with a D. So it's Antetokounmpo. but in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
On the court for the Bucks, they've got Hill, Ilyasova out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
That one is off. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. On the wing, Korver is guarded by Schroeder. That one off the back iron and out. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now here's Ilyasova. No points in the game yet for him.
Boy, Ilyasova, really an aggressive mindset scorer. I mean, when he's in rhythm and he's getting the ball in a good spot, he's a highly effective point producer.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you. And the Bucks with possession here. The Thunder making the shot. Here's Connaughton. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. 17 points for him last game against Memphis. Off the left rim and out.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Korver finds Hill. Bucks passing it around. The pass to Korver. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. They get it again. Here's Lopez and the rejection by Noel. The shot's good from Lopez. The Thunder leading by 11. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Gilgeous Alexander. Now here's Paul. Pass to Ferguson. Jacks up a three. The Thunder with another miss. Bucks trail by 11. Now Middleton. And here's Bledsoe. He's got 5. It's rebounded by Robertson. Out left to the wing. Ferguson for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Oklahoma City leading by 11. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Now here's Lopez following the miss by Giannis.
Strong and compactly built. I tell you, Bledsoe's tenacity overpowers some of his defenders.
Paul against Middleton. Now here's Paul. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Matthews. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Matthews has got his first points of the game. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. Clock at 6. Pass to Adams. To end the cold streak, Giannis grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And he banks in the layup. Now just a 5-point Thunder lead.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Ball against Bledsoe. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Matthews, no one around him, drains the 3-pointer. Matthews has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Man, he's got great range and rhythm, is a dangerous shooter, especially from deep where he shoots it with ease.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season, he put up about 27 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Now, here's Robertson. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Good on the bucket.
You cannot underestimate Chris Paul's ability to finish through contact just because he's small. I mean, he's as tough as they come.
Bledsoe passes to Giannis. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 4th, Brook Lopez.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Down low, here's Adams, and with the slam.
And do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
There's Bledsoe following the score by Oklahoma City. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City.
And he just dabbles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
Well, Clark, what a year it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo last season. He took everything to the next level from the get-go. He became a top player in the NBA.
And you know what, guys? Early on, you could see it and you could feel it. It was going to be a special year for Giannis because his progression and development, his hunger, his commitment, his work ethic, all of that helped him become the MVP of the league against a pretty competitive field of MVP candidates.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
Well, the Bucks on offense look to swing things around and pick up the tempo as much as they can.
Well, you know, this team was second in the league in pace. Want to get the ball down the floor and get an easy three or a transition chance. That was their game plan. This approach had them as the 4th best offense in the league last year.
Now here's Paul following the miss by Giannis. Paul with the ball. Robertson the pass to Noel. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Noel's got 6 points in the quarter.
And you can see that Noel has a very firm understanding of the game. I mean, knowing when to roll hard to the bucket after setting the pick.
Now here's Matthews. 5 points in the game. Ferguson. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. Now Paul. And here's Robertson. Now here's Paul. Shot clock at 5. From deep.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
Bucks trail by 7. Middleton outside. Bledsoe at the elbow. Lopez outside. And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. Middleton dishes to Matthews. From downtown, and the rejection by Noel. Pearson kicks to Robertson. To the paint. And foul on the shot. So it goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, we see Chris Paul get to the line a lot because he's always in attack mode, keeping constant pressure on his defenders.
The first free throw is good.
Well, you know, sometimes I think we just take for granted how outstanding a passer Chris Paul is nowadays. I mean, this guy's averaged just under 10 assists a game for his career. Really one of the best point guards to play the position.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Both free throws good from Paul. And we are talking about Chris Paul and his assist totals. His career numbers, Clark, are among the elite.
Yeah, they are. And it's clear he's been outstanding for a long time. But he admits that he doesn't think he'll catch the record of John Stockton. But if he can stay healthy for a few more seasons, there's a really good chance he could end up in the top 5 all-time in assists. You isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
And he's good on the second.
You know, an athletic and strong player at his position is Bledsoe, and he's a confident guy who I think makes an impact at both ends of the floor.
Now, here is Gallinari. He has 6. Pass to Robertson. And he connects with the jumper. And the Thunder lead by 10.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
The Bucks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. A different look for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And Milwaukee with a change here too. Korver's checked in. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
And you have to like the way he's attacking the defense, drawing fouls and getting himself chances at the line this quarter.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 5. Ferguson, the pass to Schroeder. Gallinari trying to get open. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
First one falls for him. And the Thunder making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. And then for Milwaukee, Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. And it's Hill in for Chris Middleton. Schroeder hits them both. Bucks trail by 10. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Sinks the three-pointer. Giannis has got 10 points in the game.
And I tell you, once Antetokounmpo starts hitting this consistently, it's a wrap. Over. Finne. Done. Gold or black. Encouraging to see him knock down the 3.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
1:35 left to play here in the half. And the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Gallinari up top. Guarded by Korver. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Here's Adams. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Here's Hill. Steven Adams making his last shot. Can't hit from 12. 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Schroeder. from 11 feet away, and it's denied.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Bucks trail by 9. On the wing, Corver. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Here's Hill. And Adams sends it back. The rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo, I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots.
Here's Schroeder. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Dennis Schroeder playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 16 points and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Bucks trail by 9.
You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 side. That's Billy Donovan's 5 going here in the second half. And it's Paul missing. Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change, and that injection of a different type of approach and a change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now, here's Robertson. Here's Gallinari. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Gallinari's got 8.
And I like the decision making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Here is Matthews. 5 points in the game. And another shot. Kicks it down to Middleton. And another three for Milwaukee.
Matthews has a nice feel, guys, for when a teammate has a clean look, gets him the ball.
The Thunder leading by 6. Pass to Ferguson. Passes it to Robertson. Adams down low. Lopez covering.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Giannis inside. Gallinari on him. And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist from Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe against Paul. To the middle. Gallinari against Giannis. 6 to shoot. Paul right side. Over one shot from the wing. 8 points for Chris Paul.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 12. To the inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Steven Adams picks one up.
No easy options for the defense when Lopez gets in deep.
And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
The first one falls.
Well, the evolution of Brook Lopez continues as he is now a premier stretch 5. His three-point shot continues to get better and now a huge part of his arsenal.
He's perfect from the line this time. And Lopez bold enough to give himself a nickname.
Yeah, well, what was it? Splash Mountain or something like that. I guess he's earned it with the work he's put in on his outside shooting. More and more centers these days shooting the 3-ball.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. On the outside. That shot is off. Good D by Giannis. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Matthews. Inside, Lopez. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Second, the Thunder.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
And the first one drops.
Hey, Lopez is an all-star caliber big man. I mean, the key for him has always been staying healthy. When he plays, he's been very effective.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Gallinari. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. Right up with that one.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And checking out some numbers for Lopez. Some last season stats for him. He was around 12 points per game last year. Just over 2 blocks and 5 rebounds.
The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
The pass, here's Adams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the left block in the back shot. Adams has got 8 points.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Ball against Bledsoe. Floats it up for Giannis. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
You know, Bledsoe has developed his passing skills to the point where you've got to respect that part of his game. He's doing a nice job finding his open guys.
Now here's Paul. He's got 8. Lets it go from 14. Count at 10.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Here's Bledsoe. Following the basket by Chris Paul. And Giannis throws it down.
And the Greek Freak, boy, I tell you, certainly gets the green light. I mean, from that position especially. He's really developed into a nice scorer from that spot on the floor.
Now here's Noel. Left side Adams. And Noel kicks to Ferguson. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now here's Noel. He's got 8, and this offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is
Oklahoma City. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Picked his pocket. To the paint. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Schroeder.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 12. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Giannis. And the wide-open shot from Bledsoe connects from 3-point range. Bledsoe's got 15 points.
Tell you what, guys, the aggressiveness on defense just hasn't been there this half. Not like it was in the first.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Not a lot of room. Here's Adams, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
throw good, Adams. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Muscala, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And so Adams nails both of them. Bucks have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Hill dishes to Lopez. He kicks to Korver. Pass to Connaughton. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here is Korver after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Hill with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Korver passes to Connaughton. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Schroeder, left side. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Hill after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. And the basket by Hill.
And you can just see it in Hill's eyes how badly he wants to finish near the basket. The defense throwing a lot at him, but he still gets the job done.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. And Adams kicks it over to Schroeder. Right block shot. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Hill passes to Korver. Here's Connaughton. Lopez with the bucket. Lopez has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Pass to Ferguson. And here is Adams. Over Lopez. Adams' shot is off.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Connaughton kicks to Hill. With the teardrop, and the layup is good. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Man, you got to love how precise Hill is and proficient he is with the floaters. Makes them nearly impossible to block with how fast he gets them off.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 24. Lopez with the block. Hill with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Nice job that time from Hill drawing the foul. His quick release is really hard to catch up with on defense.
No good on the free throw.
Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Matthews, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second-unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. He's ideal to come off the bench because he packed a lot of production into short playing stints.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hill's got 6 here in this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here is Hill after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Hill kicks to Corver. Pass to Matthews. Fires the 3. It's 3 by Oklahoma City. Adams is, and now the fast break. Gallinari with the ball.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The feed to Corver. Outside Matthews. Off target from three-point range. So here's Gallinari. Deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. A big-time effort for Dennis Schroeder, providing a lot of energy for Oklahoma City. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. We'll return shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Robin Lopez. Kyle Korver is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's George Hill, and it's Matthews in at the 2-guard spot.
Shooting 2.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Both good from the line that time.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Hill passes to Lopez. Now Hill, outside Korver. And here is Ilyasova. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Robin Lopez. On defense, the Thunder. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. To the left side wing. Here's Lopez. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his third assist on the night.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now, here is Gallinari. Robertson can't hit. It's Matthews on the wing. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Hill. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, I think that's found money whenever you see George Hill rebounding like that. He's an excellent athlete with good long arms. Nice timing there.
Chris Paul's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Free throw drops for Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
Now, here's Gallinari. And a rejection by Antetokounmpo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for the Bucks. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
Here is Paul, following the basket by Giannis. Shot no good.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And Adams sends it back. It's Alexander, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
And he makes the first.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Noel's checked in. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Both shots good from the stripe. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Bledsoe. That shot misses. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Just the kind of play they need this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Hustle. Antetokounmpo. And it's Noel with the rebound.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has continued to take.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Bledsoe against Paul. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
And, you know, this is why people are so high on Antetokounmpo. I mean, his build and skill set are both platinum level, and he knows how to kick his game up a gear, too.
So they take the lead. And that's 13 points for Chris Paul.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Here's Matthews, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, I like how confident Matthews is down low. Impressive work by him drawing contact inside.
Throw good. Matthews.
You know, Wes Matthews plays with that chip and edge that comes from not being drafted. He's a quality player now, and I think that edge has served him well throughout his career.
He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. And they pick up 2. 9 points here in the second half.
Excellent burst that time from Paul to convert on the drive. He moves so well with the rock in his hand, always under control.
Robertson, defended by Middleton. Noel dishes to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 4. From deep. And it's Gallinari missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not.
I love that. Yes, indeedy. And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdown.
And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in. Ball against Bledsoe. Passes it to Gallinari. Lopez with the block.
Great timing on Lopez's part there to swat down that attempt.
Feeds it to Bledsoe. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists now in this one.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
That one good for 2.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Pass to Matthews. Back to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Matthews left side. It's rebounded by Robertson.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Antetokounmpo against Gallinari. Here's Noel. Missed inside. Milwaukee in the lead. Up top, Bledsoe. Defended by Paul. Kicks it down to Middleton. Here's Matthews. Back to Giannis. 5 to shoot. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Ferguson misses.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
The wing. Paul, no one around him. Hits a thing.
That is the quick making of Chris Paul. Doesn't take a single dribble, just sees it and hits it.
Now a timeout called.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Game, Dennis Schroeder.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they've needed to be aggressive. And boy, did he make them pay.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Here's Paul following the basket by Giannis. And it's the Bucks on the break. Pull-up jumper. Middleton can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Ferguson, defended by Middleton. The feed now to Adams. Now the pass to Ferguson. Poked loose. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Middleton outside. Kicks to Bledsoe. Outside, out of Kumbo. Just 5 on the clock. Over Paul. And that one's good by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Pass to Paul. Hurry outside. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot on the wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Paul passes to Robertson. Back to Paul. A new 14-second clock. Outside Matthews. With the rebound. Robertson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Murray, the bounce pass. Paul against Bledsoe. Ferguson kicks to Paul. Outside. Overlooks out.
Crushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Now here's Matthews, defended by Robertson.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Oklahoma City. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
Here's Adams. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ferguson. He kicks it to Gallinari. It's on the shot clock. Trying to end the drought. And Gallinari throws it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see.
Basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Gilgeous-Alexander grabs the miss.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Giannis. He does it to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And what about the composure of Lopez? Fantastic.
And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. 50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And Robertson has it in the corner. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And those are the types of shots to stretch that win you ball games.
Here's Giannis. It counts.
Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of games.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 29 seconds left in the game. Just Alexander kicks it to Gallinari. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Goes up off the inbound. Got it! There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management, crucial at this time of the game.
Point cushion.
Antetokounmpo has really learned how to get himself to the foul line. It's one of the easiest ways to score the ball. He gets to the stripe at a higher clip with each passing year.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Pass to Ferguson. Oklahoma City gets it back, and here's Gallinari outside, but they recover it. And it's Gallinari again missing. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Congrats, Brooke, on the win. You guys were down, but you were able to overcome it. What does that say about your team?
You know, I think it shows our poise. You know, we responded. You know, I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team, and this time we held our lead in that.
Well, maybe you'll continue to develop that killer instinct during the rest of the season. Thanks, Brooke. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.